What's going on, Blues? Welcome back to Life as an Evertonian. Blues, this is our final summary of the defeat just this weekend gone away to Chelsea at Stamford Bridge, where Everton came away with a 2-0 defeat. I said in my instant match straight away, Blues, I were more disappointed. Not because of the result. The performance was okay. I was just more disappointed with the injury to Kieran Dewsbury Hall. Seeing that lad go off after like 13 to 14 minutes really did knock the wind out of his sails. And after that injury, I feel like just our midfield was a little bit overrun in terms of not tracking their men. Um, they were okay on the ball. Adrissa sometimes a little bit sloppy. Alcaraz the same. Jimmy Gardner good on the ball. But yeah, we just weren't tracking them in, and it came at a price where they've gone down that right hand side on two occasions. A lot of pace. They've got a lot of pace in Neto, and they've got Garnacho on the left. And that's where Everton came undone. And I thought Mikalenko defensively and attacking wise didn't really have a great game. There was a few who didn't, although Everton still played decent and created enough chances to come away with something. But we fell asleep on a couple of occasions, and that's all it took for Chelsea to get the result. I didn't feel like there was a gulf in class from Chelsea's respective team to us. I thought Everton give a decent account for themselves, and we obviously hit the post, and we had chances through Jack Grealish, Tierno Barry again at the back stick. Just went under his legs. Obviously, just before Jack missed that chance, they went and got the second just before half time. We could have been 2-0 down sooner, though. Alcaraz give away a sloppy pass. And obviously, that's probably just, it just came on the pitch. You know what I mean? So I think for me, I wouldn't have brought Adrissa in, personally. He's missed the last three. He did look rusty. He did look like his head was on the AFCON. And Jai showed glimpses. They all just showed glimpses, but it just wasn't enough. I had a good feeling that we were going to we were going to come away with something. But on the day, Chelsea took their chances. We created and got in some good areas. We just couldn't hit the back of the net. And, it's Moyes said it's probably one of the best away performances this season. I don't see that. I'd rather Everton do an away performance how they did against Man United, to be honest. I think that was a lot of class, a lot of spirit and endeavour, and you ain't breaking us down. We looked a little bit vulnerable, especially in those wide areas. And I said on my instant match, this is where Everton need new fullbacks. Listen, I like Mikalenko. He's decent. He's strong. He's a decent player. But when you're playing against these higher ilk, these Champions League type teams, these teams who've got a lot of talent in wide areas, you need a lot of pace. And we need forward thinking fullbacks as well to give them something to think about. Jake O'Brien tried on a few occasions to push up and get up the pitch, and he put some balls into the box, and he had another chance, and he's mishit it, and it's gone out for a goal kick. And then you can see him, like, his confidence just gets jolted a little bit, where he doesn't want to go again because he's not a fullback. So, the market is due to open in 15, 16 days, whatever, just over 2 weeks. And, that's where we're heading. That's where Evertonians need to be concentrated on this market. And we've got to be hopeful that we bring in quality to add to this squad. We have lost Adrissa now. We've lost Njai. I think it's for 6 games. Depending how far Senegal go in the tournament. Um, but I know there's other teams who are going to be missing players. Some teams one or two, and then there's quite a lot from like Sunderland and stuff. I think they'll be heavily affected. Um, but yeah, the transfer window for me, we are going to be concentrating on those fullback areas, and I think it's just paramount that Everton bring in a right back. And you know, there's got to be opportunities, surely, where we see what Azanu could offer. It's almost like what was the purpose? What was the point in signing the lad? And sometimes I know we felt that a little bit like over Tyler Diblin, but I can tell that there's a serious player in there. He's just not been given that opportunity. And hopeful now, well, he's going to be given that opportunity. He has to be. Um, I was happy that Tyler came on instead of Dwight. Um, and we've got a huge game coming up on Saturday night at the Hill Dickinson. Obviously, we'll cover that game before the week is out, probably on Thursday. Um, but Blues, yeah, let me know your thoughts. I personally felt Chelsea weren't great. Um, I really don't think they were great at all. I just think they took the chances. They had a couple of chances and they took them. I think Everton fell asleep in key moments. And, on another day, we could have found the back of the net. And, if we'd have got a goal back, the game could have changed. But it weren't meant to be. So we move on. We dust ourselves off and we can see improvements. We can see improvements. Everton, I'm glad we didn't get rolled over, but again, I just don't think Chelsea were great. They definitely were there for an opportunity for Everton to come away with something. Um, and I felt the players' frustration as well. So, Blues, yeah, I'm going to leave this one there. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Click that bell to turn on post notifications. We go again. Up the toffees, and I'll see you in the next one.